I have to say what the wind says to me in my mind, which is very important. I just type on the video my last message to Holland, my last message to the people. It's up to the system, which without the babies in the school today, 30 years later, there will be no system. Because 30 years later, we are not here. The children will be us. What we don't see, not the children, is actually us. And we are the children and we are the old people. We take the place of the old people. The children are coming to take our place. And we can change it and tell the children the truth. So when they get the new faces out for us in the future, they will tell us the truth. And when we grow up, when we get our faces out of us, we will know the truth instead of the lie books that was left by the ones who corrupt the world, because they really believe when they die they go into heaven. But nobody tell them they were actually coming right back here in 60 seconds. If someone could tell you that you live in this big house today, your mother 20 years later, she live in a dumpster. If you understand the wind live in a dumpster with the homeless people, it's the same wind that lives inside of you. But the wind see that you say you're rich and the wind is pulling away from you. You have stress, but the local people don't have stress. The wind want me to tell you, as a body, the message is for me, but I like to share it because of my children, which is me. My children is me. When they get lost and I save it, you don't hear it. You cannot tell my children the truth tomorrow. My 7 years of age daughter, it is me. My 9 years of age daughter, it is me. The 38 years, my 9 years of age is coming to be 38. The 7 years is coming to be 38. But what will she know when she become 38? And where will you be? And where will I be? They come to me as children, but they live in my body. They come with the wind. They don't come with the faces they have before, because the faces came out of other people. Those faces goes to the graveyard. They come to me with the wind. I build the body. They drive my forward in time faces. If you understand this, that when people die, they cannot come to other people with their faces. They can go to other people when they fall in love with their faces. A man is coming, you don't see how many faces he's gonna paint. A woman is coming, you don't see how many bodies she's gonna get out of her. You see just the two. But later in the same house, they paint these faces because the God lives inside of them. But what you need to know, they deceive in the last 500 years. Every 12 months, it is 400 years. But this European failed to settle in Africa, which is all colors of the people. Europeans, they are not just different from the African people. Europeans, the ones who take over, are just women versus women. If there is no woman, there will be no boys. The women become the boys. They insult the consciousness, the wind. It is us. Two brothers in a house, they fighting, they don't like each other. Two sisters in a house, they fighting, they don't like each other. It is just the wind, the light, and the darkness. They have the war in the body of the people. What is important to know? When you are a man, the God that lives inside of you Make your body to be the body guide to save the paint, because when you are saving the paint, you have no menstruation. It's the body that belongs to the wind. You should not proclaim yourself to be a father. You should never do that. A woman that is standing, when your stomach swell up, the child come out, you should not proclaim yourself to be a mother. If you was the child, you don't proclaim yourself to be the mother of your mother. But the same way your mother was that same little child inside of her. You grow up with the little child, which is the soul of God in that little baby. If God don't live inside of you, I know they tell you, when you're in the stomach, your baby, what you're gonna get later, if you can't see it when you are in the stomach, when you come out, there's this baby inside of you. It's the baby inside of you, or God put it inside of you. You sleep every night. The wind that become 5 can always become 1. One woman become pregnant 5 times. She make body 5 times for the wind. The wind becomes 6.6 billion. The wind is the body of the women. The guys are always painting to paint the face from the 100 years old woman up there. When the consciousness on the other side know the system, they play the mind game the last 500 years. They know they're gonna die. They know they cannot live for 200 years. They make themselves to be energy. They write books. They know when we have our children, we can send them to school, and what the children learn is what they're gonna teach the others. But you have to understand, it is very, very important. The wedding, it is not real. A man is not supposed to paint a woman's body for her to make herself 3 times or 4 times or 5 times. It is not, it's not allowed. You're killing people when you do that. 5 pregnancy determine 5 people to be dead. You can make yourself a boy and a girl forward in time. You make your husband forward in time. You make the woman forward in time. But when they float a city away and they build all these houses, they say to you there is money, and 1,000 women are pregnant because 1,000 people have been floating away over there. Their wind is gonna get in. There is a date for the pregnancy. The people you're watching, they don't drive themselves. It is called energy. They tell you the date you're gonna have the baby. They know how many women gonna have a baby this day. They know how many people they're gonna kill this day. Understand, it's very important. Every hospital has the same system. Whatever is inside one computer, it is sent out to the whole world. They work with the system. The system is older than the body of the people. Your body today that came out of the body that was 500 years ago is older than the system, but what your body become today, you're born today, you're just 1 day old, you're 30 years old, but your grandmother is over 100 years. Your body came out of your mother that came out of your grandmother. The body is always getting new faces, and what you teach the body is what the body become. If you destroy all the book that was planted in this world and you rewrite the school books, what you teach the children is what they're going to teach you when you become a child. You're not going to heaven. This is the world. The God that lives in the stomach, when they manipulate her, is a little light. If the sperm is in the man's dick, when that sperm never come inside the woman, the God will not paint the body and get it out. The one that is killed on the other side is just the wind. The wind is suppressed. There's stress in the wind. They know the wind is moving from body to body. If a little baby that lives inside the body for 30 years, the mother already went to school the little baby is inside of her. If the father's dick don't have a baby, what makes you think the father make the child? The mother is going to school with all the children inside of her. She learn everything. 30 years later, she get the little baby that already went to school, and now they take the little baby and send the baby back to school. Understand what's happening? The little child in the school today is learning and learning, waking up early in the morning. It's the wind in the body of the people. They send the wind to school. The wind is in the classroom. What is in the school book? The darkness and the light. Close your eyes. Can you read the dark letters? Where do you get your thoughts? You're sleeping in the darkness. Where is your thinking coming from? You think good, you get it from the wind. You think bad, you get it from the darkness. Do you think the darkness is innocent? You think the light is just innocent? You think the wind is just innocent? Meaning, you think they're just nothing. If your body is created in a dark stomach, your face is built in a dark stomach, your body sleep in the darkness, you wake up to the light, the wind that drive your body. Is there any God beyond them, or they are just the God that drive the body of the people? Understand the last 500 years, they create movies, they create marriage. When God closed a woman's vagina, you're not supposed to have sex with another woman that make her body. You can do it, but only when the woman is reaching to the stage. Make one boy and one girl and stop. You make yourself as the woman forward in time. You make the guy as a man forward in time. Give the same exact name. Don't change the name. Give the daughter the name of the woman. Give the man the name of the boy. The same name. They make themselves because they connect together. But don't make 5. Don't make 10. When the children become 18, you have to tell them the truth, that they are the two people going forward in time. That's how it was in the beginning. The two fall in love, the two flesh become one, the two paint. The man is a woman. She put her flesh, the skin, in the same flesh where she came from. They have a relationship. When the children become 18, instead of you leave them fake money, tell them they are the two going forward in time. And there will be love in this world. There will be no separation. For as long as the two that make themselves forward in time, you split them up and you keep them in school and tell them to fall in love with other boys. They're looking for love out there. When the two that make themselves to go forward in time, they are now separated. They're supposed to have only 2 children. If you have 2 girls, you already call the world to be 2 lesbians. You have 2 boys, you call the world to be 2, the God that lives inside of you. You see the children, 30 years later, they are now lesbian. 30 years later, they are now gay. Well, the God that lives inside of them decides. The God decides. And when the God decides, don't switch it. Don't manipulate the situation. When you have a boy and a girl, it's the 2 relationship. God wants them to see how they were when they were little. When they're 18, tell them they have to love each other, not separate. And the world will be peaceful. There will be no death in this world. And when they grow up, they have to have 2 children. But if they make 2 girls, they even have to tell they need to stay together. 2 boys, they have to stay together. The love is masturbation. It is not sex. You will never feel what the other one is feeling. Never. You will never feel it. You can play with each other. You don't have to fuck each other in the ass. It is painful. Love, the body is made for pleasure. You touch each other is enough. Don't have sex in the backside. It is painful.